Okay, Christina here to listen to some music. And today's music selection is the continuation of the full album listening to Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys. This is track number 8. God Only Knows. But this is the 5th installment of this full album listening through. I've divided them up. Some of them are individual like this one, and a few others there are 2 songs in a reaction, and some have 3 songs. There are a lot of songs on this album, but we're making it through, and it's been a great time so far. I may have heard this one before. It sounds familiar. The name sounds familiar, and I've heard that it's really popular. So I think it was in some movies. I definitely know Beach Boys music generally from movies and TV shows and things like that. So this might be one of them. So great. If I recognize it, great. And if not, great. But I definitely haven't listened to it up close, like through headphones and really listening for how it's composed and all of that. So this is going to be really exciting. And again, what are we doing when we're listening and seeing how it's composed? I am a professional classically trained musician, instrumentalist, vocalist, composer, and professor. So we look at all of the aspects, like how it's composed, the instruments that are used, and how it makes us feel. How do we relate to it? This one maybe is kind of special. I guess we'll find out why. All right. So let's not delay any longer. Let's listen. All right. Here we go.
Love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, well, life will still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me, so what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you.
Okay, wow. All right. I can see why everyone likes this one. I already have shivers from this. This is really neat. It's shimmery and echoey, kind of cavernous. And just like the previous 7 tracks that I've listened to from Pet Sounds in order, the instrumentation is just really creative. So this little harpsichord organ keyboard sort of bop, bop, bop. I think this song is really speaking deeply from the heart, so that little sound is keeping it light. We still want it to be something that brings us up rather than brings us down, I think. Heard the strings, loved that. Started with an amazing French horn line. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, love that. Love that. Every time you hear a French horn do that little glissando up, love it. I'm hearing so much of the Beach Boys sound. I honestly didn't hear it that much until the previous track, which was Sloop John B. But this one is even more so, I think. It's the first time I think that I heard the bop, 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 ba, 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 that kind of sound, and it mimics this, the little harpsichord keyboard sound. Okay, so I'm really catching on here. And it's slippery and slidey, which I love. I love slidey music like that. Again, it's very dreamy, the echoing. There's been a lot of dreaminess on this album so far too. So yeah, you have to have uniqueness from track to track, so it doesn't all sound the same, but there has to be a consistent unifying theme that kind of goes through. So that dreaminess, I think, definitely is there. And then just the fact that we have so many different instruments, like that could be the continuing theme that goes through. Lots of different instruments. What's it going to be in this track? Well, we've already heard a lot. This is really fun. Here we go. We're going to keep going. Let's back it up just a tiny bit.
God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, though life would still go on, believe me, the world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what I'd be. God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what I'd be. God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what I'd be. God only knows what I'd be
All right. Wow, that little call and answer, the echoing between the voices, and then the French horn doing the same thing. That was so cool. I was so happy to hear the French horn return. Okay, what was the cute little woodblock sound? That was really cute. Of course, you bring in the percussion. You hear that. I think that also is a continuing theme in a lot of these tracks, where sometimes the drum beat is there right from the beginning, but so many times it's delayed, and then you have to bring it in ever so carefully, and that happens over and over again. Again, this is more with a snare. Did I hear a timpani in this? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. But sometimes it was boom, boom, boom. You hear the timpani, and this time definitely just the snare, and then that funny little woodblock sound. That's really cute. None of this would be as special without the reverb. The echo, that resonance. I don't think we've heard this amount of reverb so far in any of the other tracks, like not this much sustained all the way through the track. I mean, you could hear multiple echoes behind it. And I think that reverb was saved back for a special track, and they chose this one for it. So if there's another one coming that has it, that's fine. I mean, you can have it on more than one, but I feel like this, like if it were a cassette tape, it would be the beginning of side 2, maybe, or the end of side 1. They kind of reserve the beginning and the end of each side. If it was a record, side A, side B, for the most important songs. And this one definitely is in that position in the lineup of the tracks. But this one's a very special one. It is. Okay. And you want to know what the one thing is that I don't like about it? It's too short. I wanted this to be twice as long, 3 times as long. Let's have a 10-minute version of God Only Knows. And there were flutes in there too. I heard that as well. There's just a lot going on here, and it was all beautifully done. Okay, so I want to go back and hit some of these really creative spots. First of all, let's just go back to the beginning. I keep doing this on some of these, and I think it's a good contrast. See where we ended, see where we started. Just remind ourselves here. Yeah, with the horns and that harpsichord sort of sound. Okay, the sleigh bells. Yeah. Does that go all the way through the song? Anyway, so here's the woodblock thing.
are stars above you.
Well, I don't know.
You never need to doubt it. I'll make you so
Sounds like someone
sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you.
Oh, it's so cute. I just love this.
If you should have
Oh, and when we hop up for that little modulation and then the strings come in. Okay. So the strings usage in here was, it was a thick texture, but it was minimal movement. So it was just the basic chord changes, like at the beginning of every bar, which is like every 4 beats, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it was nothing too kooky, right? Nothing too out of the ordinary. That texture, I think, is just so important. So that lushness underneath. And I don't think the strings have much reverb to them. If they did, they would get too muddy. So that makes sense. But, oh, I'm just trying to see. Now, when the flutes came in, they were super, super resonant. Let's see where that was. Like, I almost thought, are those flutes? Or maybe a piccolo mixed in? Let's see if we can find that moment.
leave me, the world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me?
Yeah, those are flutes.
God only knows what I'd be without you.
Yeah. I think they go into octaves. The do-do-do-do-do. I think I hear that. The flutes are in octaves there. I don't think that was the horn coming back in yet. But then, this little duet back and forth, this little call and answer thing between the vocal line and the French horn at the end. I loved it so much. Let's find this one.
He knows what I'd be without.
Voices.
God only knows what I'd be without.
There's the French horn. Oh, there's the French horn. Came in. There it is.
Only knows what I'd be without.
Voice. Come on, French horn. Woo! It has that little glissando, which means like a slide, boo, which the voices can do. The French horn goes. Love it. That is so neat. And then it fades out. Got to have a good fade out with this one. All right. There was also something interesting that happened in the middle. Got to have a little interlude to mix it up in the middle, and I thought it was really neat. Again, so brief. Why can't it be longer? Let's hear that. And then the slide. Ba 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 ba. Love it, love it, love it.
God only knows what I'd be without you.
Oh, hear the strings again.
If you should ever leave me, the life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you.
Again, I could just listen to it over and over again. It's just so neat. And I am going to listen to this over and over again. This is definitely one I'm going to get swept up in for sure. So I've already done this with another track, but I don't think I can resist with this one. It's too pretty. I'm going to have to play along.
God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, the life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what I'd be without.
Oh, that's so neat. And then we come into the that's so neat. So, I don't know if you could tell, but I played like one or two notes with the string part, like just all those notes that were held out. That's what I was meaning earlier when I said that the chords are not too complex. The motion within the notes are pretty minimal, just to hold that foundation of the texture of that rich string sound underneath. And I was right, they're not as resonant as a lot of the other instruments. So this is some really cool mixing and some really creative instrumentation for sure. Okay, we should maybe also check out the lyrics. I think I caught most of them, but I don't know. I feel like there's something special there too. I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. God only knows what I'd be without you, right? Wow, okay, yeah, I heard that line over and over and over again, and I think that's the point, is that question. It's a great question. It's romantic. It's heartfelt. It's introspective. We're talking kind of a deep level of emotional intelligence here, and I think it makes this song even more special. I can see how this is in movies. I don't know which movies it's been in. I know I've heard that main theme, and now I think I know why, because it happens over and over and over again in this song. What's funny is I still want to hear it more. Again, it was just too short. I guess that's a sign of good writing when it's presented to you over and over again, you just want to hear it more and more anyway. So, wow. Okay, so that was God Only Knows by the Beach Boys. I really love this one. Now I see why everyone else loves it too. I see why, again, that it's used in movies. And again, I just wish it was longer. I wish this would go on. I wish it was a bigger production. I feel like it's being restrained somehow. So surely there have been reproductions of this or covers of this by other groups, other artists, or maybe, they went back and redid it later with like bigger orchestration. Surely this happened with this song, because it's just too good to not tinker with and feature a little bit more in later years. So if you know of something, let me know in the comments. This is going to become an old favorite, I think. I'm going to have to put it on repeat because it's too short. I got to hear it more than once in one sitting, I think. Okay, but thank you for going along with me on this journey through Pet Sounds and with the Beach Boys and with this song. You can find a couple of these released publicly on YouTube. The rest will be over on Patreon, where you can have access to the full album. And don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Patreon, Coffee, Throne, become a channel member. And as always, just remember that you don't have to be perfect. Just be okay. And keep listening.